Hello. It's been a little bit. I want to talk about The Great Gatsby today. I finished this book a couple days ago, a few days ago now. I think I finished it actually Wednesday or Thursday, which is almost a week ago. But I got preoccupied with various things in life, so I just put it off until right now. There, but because of that, I don't remember all the details. So, I mean, I didn't really have much to talk about to begin with, but let's just say fuck it. Fuck it. We ball. Uh, this book, I will get into spoilers. And so if you care about spoilers, click away. I'll just tell you right now, this book is incredible. I enjoyed it quite a lot. But, I mean, it's also quite the short read, so just read it yourself. It's only like 180 pages for a classic that's quite short. Very short, actually. The font is quite large from the version I have. It's also like a good read. Just read the first chapter, and if you enjoyed the first chapter, you probably like the book. So now, I will get into my thoughts. First thought is I actually wanted to read this book alongside another book. I had to choose between two books while I was at a bookstore. I'll not name the name of the store. It's Barnes& and Noble. It's Barnes& and Noble. But I wanted to buy either this book or I wanted to buy 1984. I ended up buying The Great Gatsby because one, I like stories, cautionary tales regarding wealth, but regarding anything really. I like cautionary tales. And two, you may know of a song called Cockroach King by Haken. If you know that song, I am quite impressed. That's not a well-known song in most circles. And there's a line that mentions The Great Gatsby. And I'm like, dude, I like the song a lot. I like the themes and such. I'll read the book. It's also very short, again, right? The book's very short. I am starting to get back on my reading grind, which I picked, since a bit ago, since maybe like mid to late last year, and I'm enjoying it. So here we are. And what was I gonna say? Shit. Oh yeah, I wanted to say like good read, quite a good read. I like this also to get into the meat and potatoes of the book. The story is about main. I think the main character's Nick. Yeah, yeah. I think the main character's named Nick. He came from the Midwest, moved to New York City. I think they call it the West Egg. One of the eggs, West Egg, East Egg. I think it's West. Yeah, yeah, I think it's West. And his neighbor is the Great Gatsby, Jay Gatsby. He's kind of mysterious at the beginning. Yeah, he's very rich, extremely rich. We don't really know what the dude does until a bit later. And there's some characters in the story that are interesting, let's say. His cousin, Nick's cousin, rather, Daisy, is lives on the East Egg, or if Nick lives on the East Egg, then she lives on the West Egg. I don't entirely remember. They're just on the other side. Like you could see the from Nick's house, you could see Daisy's house, and Daisy's betrothed, the husband of Daisy, is named Tom Buchanan, I believe. And you also get to meet a character named the fucking the tennis player, the athlete. I know for sure. Tom is also an athlete, and Daisy does whatever the fuck. I don't know. What was her name? Something that starts with the J. Jordan? Jordan Baker. Man, I'm nice. Anyway, so you meet those three characters more or less at the start, and Daisy gave me weird vibes from the beginning, but someone that's very outgoing, bubbly, maybe, but in my mind, derogatory way, which uh, later I learned that I was right and my suspicions were correct. And Tom Buchanan was not supposed to be likable from the start because he goes into like racist rhetoric a few times in the book actually. I think he talked about anti-Semitic things, cool with the anti-Semitic remarks. Not too fond of that. And, you know, overall, really questionable person. He's the type of person that really wants to get their ego filled, which I'm not entirely a fan of. A big ego tends to not make for a good character. That's just me. And I'm sure that isn't entirely true always, but it's not a characteristic that I enjoy in people. But, you know, what do I know about anything? So that happens, and then you learn early on that Tom Buchanan has a side bitch as a side lady, I guess. She's not exactly like she's not exact man, I don't remember her name, dude. Yeah, you do meet her later, but I don't remember her name much. Shit, she dies. Like that's all you gotta know. You know, she dies. And crazy shit happens later actually, cause Daisy runs her over, fucking nuts. And then Jay takes the takes the bullet. He takes the bullet. He dies. Yeah. So this, I mean, that's like first chapter to last chapter basically. There's a lot of stuff that happens in between. The pacing of each chapter is very interesting because each it kind of reminds me of like Edgar Allan Poe type pacing where like it's like maybe a good chunk of buildup per chapter and then it just slams you with just like whoa shit's going down now. I didn't hate it because the chapters were pretty short. Well, yeah, well again the book's not that long, right? So the chapters therefore are not that long. So it's nicely paced in my opinion. It's I don't want to say a slow burn because it's not that slow, but for some people that maybe don't have the attention span to read a book, it could be slower, but I don't think it's that slow, right? And I quite enjoyed it. I don't really know what else to say to be honest. It's like it's just a good book. I quite good book. Read it. The had a actually had a good. It left an impression on me. That's for damn sure. Like what I expected from the book was not what I got, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. What specifically with Jay Gatsby's character, I thought he'd just be like after reading the first chapter, they like Fitzgerald just made Gatsby to be like a very mysterious character, which he is for a good amount of the book. But then when you get to learn about the character, he's just a sad dude. He's just a sad dude that's in love. And because of it, he dies, more or less, right? And I think it's the same feeling I get when you learn about like a villain or a yeah, like a villain's backstory, but it's not like not like I don't know, Takasugi's from Gintama. That's a deep cut. But you know, it's or like let's say they give a backstory to Jason from Friday the 13th or Michael Myers from Halloween. It's weird because usually the when you give them the allure is because they're mysterious. We don't know anything about them. But when you get the backstory, it's just gets rid of the illusion, which I mean, I think is the point because you know the whole it's cautionary tale about something something something. But it just not the direction maybe I would have gone personally in my personal tastes. But I adored this book. This book I enjoyed. The story I enjoyed more than Romeo and Juliet, or at least I had a greater impact on me. And I enjoyed Romeo and Juliet quite a bit. But r- this book I would read again recent, like maybe even soon. I'm reading something else at the moment. Maybe I'll talk about it. I will probably talk about it because it's quite famous, and it's really gripping me so far. But it's neither here or there. That's all I had really to say about the story. Great characters. Nick, great. I think I like Nick a lot. I like Gatsby more often than not. Daisy's questionable. Jordan's cool. Tom is definitely a no. Um, Mr. Wilson. really didn't get much screen time, and when he did, it's questionable behavior. Uh, who's the dude that quote unquote made Gatsby? Whoever that dude is, the Jewish man, also of questionable character. There's some more, not really worth mentioning. Good characters though. Over, I might not like the characters, but the characters are interesting, and that's all that matters. And I'm a very character-driven person. I'd read slice of life, I watch slice of life stuff or adjacent things. I just character dynamics are really fun to me, so I quite enjoy that aspect of the book. Plot great, characters great, setting New York. You know, shit always goes down in New York, New York state of mind. You know what I'm saying? What else is there? Nothing really else to talk about. I admit that I did say that like 4 times now, but again, off the dome. This is not a English paper. This is not my dissertation. This is just some quick thoughts about a book I finished a few days ago, almost a week, and I don't remember shit. Uh, that being said, read the book. Thanks for listening. Peace.